If you are seriously asking the question, why do families move to Torrance, and you want a real answer, not a list pulled from real estate websites or AI, you're in the right place. Because here's what most people get wrong when they start looking at Torrance. They treat it as one city with one vibe, one zip code. They search zip codes, see the median price, and make a decision based on that. But Torrance is not one neighborhood. It's a collection of very different micro communities, each with its own character, price point, and daily lifestyle. Where you land in this city shapes your commute, your kids' schools, your morning walks, your weekend, and your long-term equity picture. Getting that decision right before you buy is exactly the point of this video. Hi, I'm Ian Rossnell. I've helped families and friends buy and sell their home in the South Bay and West Side for over 20 years. My testimonials show the trusted service and results I provide from the start to closing day, as well as long after. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Subscribe if you want practical, honest content about owning and living in Torrance, California. Let's dig in. The bigger picture first. Why Torrance at all? Moving to Torrance for a family is not a random choice. There are very specific reasons this city keeps drawing buyers from other parts of LA and from out of state, and they are worth understanding before we walk through the neighborhoods. Torrance sits in the South Bay, bordered by Redondo Beach to the west, Palos Verdes Estates to the southwest, and easy 405 freeway access to the north and east. It's generally positioned in one of the most desirable geographic pockets of the greater LA area. The Torrance Unified School District is a significant part of the draw. It ranks in the top tier among California Unified Districts, better than 87.8% of the districts statewide according to School Digger, and serves over 22,000 students across 33 schools. Families who have done the research land on Torrance Unified as one of the more consistent, well-performing, large districts in Southern California. Safety is another part of the answer to, is Torrance safe? And for most buyers, the honest answer is yes. Relative to surrounding LA metro areas especially. This is a city with a strong sense of community, active neighborhood involvement, and consistently lower crime rates than much of Los Angeles proper. And then there is the cost of living in Torrance, California. The average home value sits approximately $1,100,000 as of early 2026, up about just 1% year over year, with homes selling in about 3 weeks. The median sale price ranges about $1,032,000. For the South Bay, that is genuinely competitive. Compared to the neighboring Redondo Beach, Manhattan Beach, and other cities, the Torrance, California real estate market in 2026 gives family more square footage and more lot for the price than most of what surrounds it. Let's walk the neighborhoods. West Torrance, where families go for coastal lifestyle. West Torrance is where you find the closest thing in this city to a classic California coastal family life. This is the part of Torrance that sits closest to the Pacific, bordering Redondo Beach. The marine layer keeps things cool, especially in June. Many homes in West Torrance generally do not need air conditioning. If your daily life involves walks to the beach, weekend bike rides down to the water in a neighborhood that feels both calm and alive, the western end of the city is where that happens. Southwood sits right alongside West Torrance and deserves mention in the same breath. It has its own identity, but blends naturally into the west side's feel. Known for pride of ownership, well-maintained streets, and its central location near the medical corridor and Del Amos Fashion Center, these two areas together represent what most buyers are picturing when they say they want a family life in Torrance. From a price standpoint, West Torrance is in the upper tier of the city. Median listing prices in Western Torrance run approximately $1.4 million, and the Southwood area follows similarly. This is not the entry point of the market. It's the part of the market you move into when location and lifestyle are the priority. South Torrance, the elevated option. South Torrance is where families go when they want more prestige, larger floor plans, and homes that sit on the higher ground at the south end of the city in the Hollywood Riviera. This is the winding, hillier part of Torrance, the area where you get the views, the elevation, and the proximity to Palos Verdes. Homes here are larger, the streets feel more removed. The profile of a buyer who chooses South Torrance is often someone stepping up from a starter home or someone relocating into the area with a clear idea of what they want. Verde Estates and Belmar North sit within this broader southern tier, and the values around $1.4 million reflect the premium that buyers are willing to pay for that combination of elevation and school quality. Southeast Torrance is worth a separate mention as a strategic choice for buyers who want the same feel at a slightly more accessible entry point. Same school district, similar neighborhood character, but the price often comes in a meaningfully lower price point, which makes it the right conversation for families trying to get into the south side of the city for the first time. Quick pause here. If you are a family working through a move right now, whether that is downsizing, buying your first place, or looking for single-story living, and you have not yet figured out which part of Torrance actually fits your situation, That is exactly the kind of conversation I have with clients. My contact information is in the description and I'm happy to talk through it. All right, let's keep going. Old Torrance, history, walkability, and a different kind of charm. Old Torrance is the neighborhood that surprises people. It was founded in 1912 and developed as one of the first planned industrial cities in California. Old Torrance has held on to a small town identity that you generally do not expect to find inside the third largest city in LA County. Craftsman bungalows, a walkable main street, boutique shops and restaurants you can reach on foot, community events that bring people out regularly. It feels in the best way like a small town tucked inside a major city. For buyers who are tired of the suburban sameness, the neighborhoods where every block looks like the last one, Old Torrance offers real character and a pace that is different from the rest of the city. Median home prices in Old Torrance have run around $1.4 million. That premium reflects demand from buyers who specifically want what this neighborhood offers. It is not the affordability play, it's the lifestyle play. Moving along to North Torrance, the commuter's choice. If your priority is the commute, one parent working perhaps downtown LA or on the west side, or anywhere that requires a regular 405 freeway access, North Torrance deserves a serious look. North Torrance sits at the top of the city's L shape with immediate freeway connectivity that shaves meaningful time off daily commute compared to buying further south. Columbia Park is a centerpiece for this part of the town, large, active, with soccer fields and the kind of family infrastructure that parents with younger kids look for. The price point also reflects that positioning. North Torrance median prices runs about $1 million, still a significant market, but meaningfully more accessible than the west or south sides. For first-time buyers who want to own in Torrance Unified without stretching to the outer limits of their budget, the north is often the right starting conversation. The trade-off is the distance from the beach and a more inland suburban feel. These are manageable trade-offs for buyers who have prioritized commute and value. Central Torrance, everything in one place for the family that wants convenience above all else. The grocery store, the library, the park, and the mall within a 5-minute radius. Central Torrance is your answer. Wilson Park is the centerpiece of this part of the city, large, well-maintained with sports facilities and community events that draw people from all over Torrance, including the infamous Farmers Market. Del Amo Fashion Center sits nearby, one of the largest enclosed malls in the United States. If daily logistics matter as much to you as the neighborhood feel, Central Torrance checks the practical boxes in a way that other areas cannot quite match. The best neighborhoods in Torrance for a particular family depend entirely on what you or your family is optimizing for, right? Central Torrance is optimized for convenience. Entry prices here can start in the mid 700s for condos, with single family homes here moving into the $1 million range and above, depending on size and condition. What families are actually buying here. The Torrance, California real estate market in 2026 is a balanced but competitive market. 35% of homes are selling above the asking price. The median home has been going to escrow in about 21 days. And home values have appreciated approximately 10 to 20% over the last 5 years. Preparation does. This is not a market where patience alone creates opportunity. Preparation does. The pros and cons of living in Torrance come down to this. If you're getting strong schools, geographic diversity across the city's neighborhoods, solid long-term equity, and a lifestyle that's generally hard to replicate at this price point in the South Bay, the honest trade-off is that prices are real. You are not finding this for $700,000 in desirable pockets. And inventory does move quickly. For families moving to Torrance, the single most important step is understanding which part of the city matches your actual priorities before you start submitting offers. So there you go, a clear look at why families move to Torrance and how the different neighborhoods actually compare for a family making this decision in 2026. If you're considering a move to your first home or your next one, whether to a larger floor plan, a smaller one, a single story, or just a more ideal location for your family's daily life, let's talk about your situation. I'm Ian Rusnell. I provide trusted service and results from the start to closing day, as well as long after. If you're ready to explore what this actually looks like for you and your family, reach out. My info is in the description below. If this was helpful, let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, what you'd like to know more. I look forward to hearing from you. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching. See you later.